Stick around for a great review of the Great Wolf Lodge in Williamsburg, Virginia. Hey there, everybody. I'm Tracy from teachmetracy.com.
This is my first time at Great Wolf Lodge.
So we just found out about Great Wolf Lodge about 3 months ago. I know we must be the only parents on the face of the earth that never heard of this place. And it turns out there are 2 existing and 1 coming location that are within a 3-hour drive of our house. So very strange why we never heard of this place before, because they have 19 locations nationwide. I mean, even my mom knew about it. They live in South Carolina. So anyway, we did manage to make a trip to Great Wolf Lodge just before Memorial Day this year. And I wanted to give you some feedback on our first trip to Great Wolf Lodge. The first thing that caught my attention right when we entered the lobby was that it is a super kid-friendly place. So it's an establishment that caters mostly to kids. So you're not going to get a lot of the frills. There's no spa at the Williamsburg location currently. I don't know if that's something that they would consider adding. I think they should, personally. From my experience, they might get the moms a little bit more if they did that, but there is no spa there. They do cater to business type things. Some locations even host weddings there, but mainly it is an indoor water park and it's meant for vacations for families. So here's what I mean when they cater to kids. There are a ton of kids activities for them to do. And if you're only staying a couple of days, it's likely that you're not going to have the opportunity to participate in all of them because there are so many things for the kids. So let's talk about, aside from the water park, what other activities there are for kids to do. First off, there's the Magic Quest. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt throughout the whole hotel water park area where the kids go to these different stations and then they can unlock and see if your kids are into that kind of thing. That might be something they might enjoy. That's not Eric J's bag, so we did not participate in the Magic Quest. Nevertheless, it is there. A lot of these activities, by the way, are included with your stay at the water park. There's also kids yoga, and that's usually done in the morning. They also have story time. There's kids crafts. Those activities are included with your room charge, and so you're not going to have to pay extra. There are other activities that you can participate in throughout the hotel. There's an arcade at Williamsburg. There's laser tag there. There's also bowling, and there's also Build-A-Bear. Now, those are going to be an extra charge, and they do sell packages, and they range from $54.99 to $99.99, and they have different levels of what is included, and you can add those on with your hotel packages for the arcade, the bowling, the Build-A-Bear, that kind of thing. One of the coolest features that I thought is the room key is actually your wristband, this thing here, that will allow you to access your room, and if you want to attach a debit or a credit card to it, they can do that for you. This one is Eric, so it doesn't have the $sign, but the ones that are attached with your debit or credit card usually have a $sign. So you can opt to not have that on your kids' wristbands because everyone is going to have one of these, so you can get in and out of the water park and access your room. So you don't have to lug around the room key. You don't have to worry about taking your wallet with you if you want to get snacks or whatever else that you might be purchasing within the hotel. So it's genius and very convenient because, as we all know, women's clothing usually is not made with pockets, and it's very annoying. I don't know if you have the same frustration or not, but man, it's annoying because you can't carry all your stuff with you and you end up taking a chance on losing something, or you have to lug some big bag down to the pool with you. So I thought this was a very clever thing on their part. This was my favorite part of the whole trip. You can see in the video how we get into the room by just sliding it. And each family member is going to get one of those. Like I said, we only activated money on mine and my husband's because if we had put it on the 7-year-olds, he would have been swiping it everywhere. Yet for this particular trip, we got a Groupon, and for 2 days and 2 nights, our trip was $542 and change. And then we spent another $60 once we were inside the lodge. I thought it was a super economical way, and our room would have accommodated up to 6 people. So in our case, had we had 4 more individuals with us, then it would have been super cheap to take everybody. So let's talk about what's in the room. So they provide coffee in the room, and it is hotel coffee with a sink and a mini fridge and a microwave. So if you're even savvier, you can bring microwave pasta, macaroni and cheese that you could microwave, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We had the kids' cabin, and so there were 3 bunk beds that you can see. There was a pull-out couch that was a double and a queen bed. And there was also a small table in the room and a balcony. Now, Williamsburg Lodge is actually undergoing some renovations and some upkeep because we were on the back end of the hotel, and that's where they're doing the renovations. We were not able to access our balcony. So that was a little bit of a bummer. I want to put this graphic up here with the concierge. So when you check in, there's a Great Wolf Lodge app. And so if you need anything brought to your room, like toothbrushes, extra towels, extra blankets, whatever you need, you can text that to the concierge and they bring it to your room. So you don't have to call the front desk. There's none of that. Super easy. And so I was pretty impressed by that. If you're somebody who likes to have your hotel room cleaned every day, they're putting out a notice right now that because of staffing issues, they are not cleaning the rooms every day. That's not a deal breaker for us. But just know going in that because they're having staffing issues, your room will not be clean. So you're going to need to text if you need anything to that concierge. So now let's talk about the best part of the trip. What's in the water park? And here's where you get to see some of the clips from Eric J. really enjoying himself throughout the water park and the outdoor pools. I would say that if you have little babies, even up to teenagers, although there are only 4 big slides, but they do have an indoor pool as well as an outdoor pool in addition to all the slides. When you walk in to the water park at Williamsburg, the place where you get towels is going to be on your immediate right. And then there's a life jacket station. And then right in front of you is this kind of play tower for all the kids. And that's where the big bucket dump happens. You know, all the water parks have these where the water builds up. And then I think it's every 7 or every 8 minutes, the bucket dumps on the kids. That was one of Eric's favorite parts. They have a kiddie area for little bitty kids up to about 3 or 4 that have the smaller slides and the wading pools and the little sprinklers that come up from the ground. And then they also have a wave pool. There's also a hot tub that they have for adults. That was shut down. Actually, when we were there, we wanted to kind of take advantage of that, but it was shut down. I'm not sure if that was a COVID thing or if it was just because the hotel was undergoing renovations and that may have been something that they were renovating, but that option was not available to us. Then if you keep going around the water park, there is a lazy river in addition to 4 slides that are super fun. Just so you know, there is a height requirement, just like at an amusement park. They have to be a certain height. I can't remember what that was. I went on all of them with my family, not as much as they did. My balance is kind of off these days. And so I can't really participate as much as I love to. Just so you know, though, there's a lot of climbing. They also have an indoor pool, which one of Eric's favorite things to do was cross these lily pads. And It's tricky. You have to do it a few times to get the hang of it. And he actually got to the point where he could cross it in a couple of minutes after a few tries. But you can swim in the indoor pool. They also have basketball. And then they have this beautiful outdoor pool too. So if it's a really nice day, then you can go outside also. But the great thing about Great Wolf Lodge, in my opinion, is that it's a year-round water park. Although most of the attractions are on the inside, there is an outdoor pool. So if you're looking for a little sunshine, a little relaxation, that kind of thing, then they have this great outdoor pool too. It was a little bit on the chilly side when we were there, so we didn't get to take it as much of an advantage of the outdoor pool because we went in May before it was super hot outside. But we did spend a little bit of time out there. I'm not sure why my son is wearing a life jacket throughout the whole thing, but he kept asking for it. I don't know if that's maybe a sensory thing. He likes the weight of it, but he can swim. If you do need a life jacket, they do have them there. They have towels provided for you, and they also have life jackets if you need them. The one thing that I didn't get any shots of here is the lazy river because I'm the only one that wanted to participate with the lazy river. It's too slow for the two of them, so they did not participate in the lazy river. But again, I'm the one behind the camera, so I didn't get any shots of the lazy river. So those are all the things that I thought were great about the hotel and the water park. So now that we've talked about all of the things that we loved about Great Wolf Lodge, let's talk about the things that are not so great. Great Wolf Lodge in Williamsburg, Virginia is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, which is fine because if you have a short stay, you really are not going to leave the lodge anyway, unless you want to go off the grounds to get food or explore other things that are around there. But you're going to have to drive kind of a little bit of a distance for there. There weren't any attractions that were right around the hotel. So just so you know. The second thing is the food is really not great. I gotta be honest with you. It's really not great. I have a child that has a lot of sensory issues. And so there's about 8 things that he will eat. Here's how we solved that issue. We took some yogurt that he will eat. We took some peanut butter and then we ate out a few times. Eating out though can get expensive. And the restaurants that were around the hotel, in particular the IHOP, we love IHOP because they have a lot of different options for everyone in the family. And it's super close to the Great Wolf Lodge in Williamsburg, Virginia. But one time we went, they were only doing carry out because they didn't have any servers. Another time it took about an hour and a half for us to be finished from start to finish. So if you have a large group with you, it's probably not going to be an option. And the food in the hotel is not so great. They do have a few sandwiches that you can buy. There are snack bars where you can get things like corn dogs and fries, but it's mainly carnival food or super fast food or food that you would get at an amusement park. You can get pizza pretty much anytime. They do have a restaurant that's actually in there, but they have a very limited menu and it's only open at certain times. I found the hours that the restaurant was open to be kind of on the bizarre side. So there were a couple of times we went for lunch around 2 o'clock and it wasn't open. You couldn't go to the restaurant. You could go to the snack bar or to the pizza place. But as far as getting a salad for lunch, that option wasn't available. My issue with the dining is I think that it could be upgraded quite a bit. I'm not sure if those issues, again, are related to the pandemic or if they chose to focus on mainly the entertainment and not so much on the food because you can go off the grounds to get food. So that was really our only bugaboo. Overall, we had a fantastic stay. Like I said, we stayed 2 days and 2 nights. I will tell you, ladies, it is quite enough. That was enough. It sounds like it's a short trip, but in all honesty, it was more than enough. After a day and a half of being in the indoor water park and watching them go up, come down, go up, come down, there's only so much of that you can do as an adult, right? It's great when you're watching your kids, but I would say 1 day is usually not enough. 2 days is probably optimal. Check-in time was around 4 o'clock, but when you get there and you register with the front desk, you can get changed and go right into the water park. They have changing areas inside the water park, and you can go ahead and take advantage of the water park while your room is being prepared. So that was kind of nice too. So we got there around noon. So from noon to 4, we were in the water park. We parked our stuff, took a little break, ate something, and then we went back the first day, I would say from 5 to 8, because the water park was closing at 8 o'clock at night. And so you get your money's worth out of it when you participate like that. And then the next day we went from 10 a.m. to about 2 p.m. to the water park. And then we went back from about 3 to about 6. Then we were done for the day. And then we did some of the other activities that they had for the hotel. And so overall, it was a great trip. And we really did have a lot of fun. We do plan on coming back. And Eric J. actually wants to ask for gift cards to Great Wolf Lodge for Christmas and his birthday. So then mom and dad don't have to foot the bill again. So that's even better. I hope that helps you if you're considering a trip to Great Wolf Lodge. If anyone is asking any advice, bring some of your own food, bring your own coffee. Oh, I forgot to tell you, there is a Dunkin' Donuts in the lobby, but it's a Dunkin' Donuts Express. And so you can get donuts, you can get coffee, and you can get some sandwiches in the morning. It's crazy busy though, I will warn you. We went at a time of the year where the hotel was not busy at all. There were no lines for the rides. We didn't have any problems moving around. There was no crowding, no nothing. And it was so crazy busy in the morning. Had I not had my coffee, it would have been a show. Honestly, it would have been a show. So I hope all of that helps. Enjoy your stay at Great Wolf Lodge. I'll see you next time. Here comes another video. Bye-bye.